Marty is kicking us off this hour in Charleston, South Carolina. Marty, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How can John and I help?
I have a question. It's time for me to get back into the real world with a job, and I'm curious what might be better for me to go after a state or local government job with less pay and more benefits, or go back to a private sector to where I maybe make more wages, but might have to pay a little bit more as far as the benefits go.
Where have you been?
I own a small business that didn't take off as well as I had planned.
Very cool. So you got in the ring, you took a couple of swings, and you got knocked down, and so now you're like, all right, I fought that dude, and he's pretty tough, and so I'm going to go get another job.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Good for you, man.
I started a small business with my buddy in August, and he ended up passing away in October.
Ah, dude. I'm so sorry, man. So you got grief on top of grief, man.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for sure.
Yeah, man. How old are you?
My wife, I'm 34.
Okay. What about your wife?
My wife and I have been, we've been praying on it the whole time, because I had a decent job at a construction company as a diesel mechanic, and my buddy was like, "Hey, man, I want to try going out on my own. Would you come and work with me?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a shot with you." And I was about ready to pull the plug on that because things weren't going very well for us. And like I said, he passed away in October, and 2 or 3 days after he passed away, we had got a large check from a job that we had finished. And so I sat down with my wife, and I told her, I said, "Listen," I said, "I can take this money, I can catch us up on a few bills, and I can go ahead and put all of this in my name and give the business a shot and just under me, or I can put it all in the bank and I can go back to working for the man." And we thought on it, we prayed on it, but unfortunately there wasn't a whole lot of time, and she supported me trying it, and it's been a good run, but just not good enough. And it's to the point now where the bank accounts are getting a little bit lower than we both would like. And so I've accepted defeat for now, and I'll go back and work for the man. I'm just trying to figure out what would be best. I have tried to get wise counsel from my family, and half of them say, go and work for a government company because the benefits are great. Your wife is pregnant, and that's not the only kid that y'all plan on having. And then some of my other family and friends, they say, "Man, go back for where the money's at. It'll help you bounce back quicker." And I've listened to y'all for about a year or so now, and I have the complete money makeover. I have the baby step millionaires, and I know that I can have retirement later on in life through other ways than a government agency. However, I never really paid much attention to the benefit side of it before.
Marty, the way you're talking, it sounds like you're just defeated, you're beat down, you're going to make this move from a place of fear and weakness if you're not careful. And I want you to do it from a place of strength. And so I want you to stop talking that way about yourself, about the idea of work. It sounds like, "Well, man, I got to go work for the man down at..." Like, I want you to find something that you love to do. And naturally, you're going to get paid well if you're good at that. And it's not an either or in my mind of, do I do it for the benefits or the pay? The private sector can provide both. We've got great benefits here. It may not be the same as the government benefits, but you can create your own benefits when you get paid, 30% more. It's less of a feature at that point. So I don't want you to weigh this apples to apples. I want you to look at this whole thing differently.
You've boxed yourself into a corner where the wisdom you've received is it's either this or it's either this. And as George said,
either one sucks.
It's just not true. And I do want to take what George said and just mash on it. I could go home every day and be like, "I got to work for the man. The man is Dave. And he just takes it all out of me." Or I could say, "Dude, I get to learn how to play guitar from Eddie Van Halen. I get to sit by one of the goats of radio and learn how this thing works and learn how he runs a business and have access to all these different opportunities and get to be with some great editors, and I write a book, and I get to all of that is perspective. And I'm doing the same job every day. And so you can say, I got to go back work for the man. Or, dude, I got in the ring and I took, like, man, my partner passed away. I tried it on my own and didn't make it. I'm going to go back and retool. I'm going to learn some new skills. I'm going to get back in the game, see what the young kids are doing these days. I'm going to get back in, and somebody else is going to pay me to learn how to do this. I'm going to work really hard for them. You see the difference in the attitude? My whole voice changes when I talk like that. See what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I do. My thing is I know that I know the business can do well. I know it can. My grandfather told me that I was backed into a corner from when I tried to take it over after my buddy passed. He said I was already in the hole and I did a fine job, so it's not really defeat. But my fear is if I go after a state job, that you have to be in there for a certain amount of time in order to reap the benefits of those benefits. But what I'd really like to do is I'd really like to go back to work for a company for maybe 5 or 10 years until my wife and I are out of debt with the mortgage. And I saved up my emergency fund again. I saved up a cushion for the business. I bought a few more tools. That way I could try this
Marty.
business venture again. Yeah.
Why are you calling us? You know what you're going to do. Go do it. Go do it.
Okay.
Listen, you got hit in the mouth real hard. You lost a friend. You lost a like a business partner, man. You got a lot of transition, so it's natural to doubt yourself and then be unsure of the next step. But the way you just laid this out, man, you know exactly what you want to do. You know exactly what you... Stop asking people for wisdom. You've asked 1,000 people. Hey, man, what do you think about... You know what's right for you and your family. Go get it, man.
Marty, we're going to give you one more tool in the tool belt there, and that is Ken Coleman's Get Clear assessment, as well as his best-selling book, From Paycheck to Purpose. I think that's going to help you really figure out what that next thing is. So hang on the line. Austin will get you both of those resources, and we're wishing you the best, man. Thanks so much for the call.